we're yours in an ice house in the middle of winter. It is colder than a cow is at its height. It is colder than a frozen...
The fire's not lit.
No coffee?
No coffee.
Where is Leonard? It's not like him to leave the shop unlocked and unattended.
I see Leonard is not interested in helping out his fellow man. When did he put this sign up?
Let me see this. This is a business. No credit, no charity, no begging. Oh, Leonard.
It's as golden here as Leonard's heart.
Oh, Boris. He really isn't as cold as this sign makes him out to be. He really isn't a hard man. He used to be so kind, so giving. It's just...
Lois, we know. We've always been Leonard's friends. We knew the old Leonard, the Leonard before Jenny Lynn died.
And before little Missy died the next year of pneumonia. That was a difficult time. So many died that year. But for Leonard to lose Jenny Lynn in childbirth, and his baby girl soon after, God rest their souls.
But Lois, it has been 10 years now. And if Leonard continues on this angry path...
Leo!
Leonard,
Leo, I'm your sister.
you're a nuisance. What is this sign doing out of the window?
I see that you're your pleasant selves this morning.
How did you all get in here?
The door was unlocked. Did you stay here again last night? Leonard, there is no reason for you to sleep here. You have a lovely home to go to.
It's none of your business what I do, or where I sleep. What is it you all want?
Some heat. It is freezing in here.
I was hoping for a nice hot cup of coffee and a lovely chat about the weather.
It's cold outside, and there is no coffee. Go back to your own business. Do you have a lamb or a pig to chop up?
You just do not appreciate the finer craftsmanship of butchering. See if he gets an Easter hands this year.
Leo. Leonard. I came to ask if you would come with Timothy this evening to the church. It's Spain and Blessing's dinner tonight, and we are providing a meal, albeit meager, for those who are less fortunate.
You mean the bums and the hobos? Come around here making up stories about sick kids and dying wives? Heard enough.
Even you can't mean that, Leonard. We are in the midst of an economic crisis. They are calling this the Great Depression.
Every day, some hobo gets off the train and makes his way to my store, making up a sob story about how his town doesn't have work for him, or his farm dried up. Y'all need to go back to where they came from and leave the hardworking people of Clayton be.
Come now, Leonard, you cannot mean that. We who are weathering through should do our best to help out those in need.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Hans. You could hire more help. Everyone knows that a shoe cobbler has his hands full during an economic crisis. Nobody can afford to buy new shoes, so they take their old shoes to old Hans. Good morning, Leonard. You would think you could say hello to his own mother-in-law.
Ex-mother-in-law.
I was just inviting Leonard to the community Spain and Blessing's dinner at the church tonight.
What is this Spain and Blessings dinner?
You're all a bane in my existence.
Leo, you can't mean that.
A bane and blessing is when you give up something which is of no use to you, so can be a blessing to someone else.
There you go. I give you leave from my store, so you can go be a blessing to someone else. 'Cause you're no good to me standing around here jawing.
You know, Leonard, Pastor Cartwright would be so pleased if you would join us this evening for dinner. It's been a long time since you've been to church. In fact, I think it's been since Jenny Lynn. What we really came here for was to see if you would donate to tonight's dinner.
Always someone with their hand out. Well, here's my hand, now get out. All of you, go. Get back to your own businesses. Leave me to mine.
Mr. Morton, Hans, I hope you will be joining us tonight at the Bane and Blessing dinner. There's always room at our table for you two.
I might just take you upon that kind invitation, Widow Wesley. Leonard, puts the coffee on. I'll be back at 10.
Get this place heated up before your heart freezes. I think it already has though.
Leonard.
Lois, unless you want to sweep up, I suggest you leave too.
Leonard, I know it's difficult, but it's been 10 years.
Not now, Lois.
If not now, when, Leonard? When? You can't keep pushing people away.
I push whoever I need to away. Now go. Don't come back unless you're planning on buying something.
Well, what about tonight? Will you join Timothy?
Won't you ever give up? No! No, I will not go, but you will!
Oh God, please don't give up on Leonard.
Why do these people plague me so? Can't they mind their own business? Why should I help those in need? When I lost my Jenny Lynn, who helped me? And when I lost Missy, who was there for me? No one. Not even you! Why did you abandon me when I needed you most? Are you even there? Do you even hear me? Oh God. Give me a sign. Give me a sign that my heart hasn't turned to stone. What? Here? Today?
Brr. It's cold out here. I sure hope Mr. Hadley has the fire lit. It was so cold yesterday that my toes fell off by lunch, and I had to sew them back on with packaging twine.
Oh, stop it. It wasn't that cold in here yesterday.
It wasn't that cold. It was so cold that I couldn't cut a piece of material, so I had to break off a piece of flannel for Mrs. Hampson.
Stop.
You should have seen her trying to walk down the street with that material stiff as a board.
Oh, you're too much. I'm just thankful to have work. So many are out of work. My dad hasn't worked in more than 6 months. This job is what keeps food on our table.
Yeah, I'm thankful and all, but still. Brr.
It'll be warm in here in no time.
Oh, Mr. Hadley, I'm so sorry.
What are you two doing here?
It's 9 o'clock. Time for us to start work.
Here, let me help you. Are these items going on the shelves for sale?
No, I'll take them. What are you two looking at? Go clean the back room.
Yes, Mr. Hadley.
What are you setting all this up for?
You two, go.
this all for me?
I'm expecting someone.
What's all this for? Is the preacher coming?
That's it, Hans. If Leonard won't go to the church, then the church will go to Leonard.
It's not the preacher. I'm expecting someone else.
Ladies, let's begin looking at the fabrics, and then we'll choose the notions.
Look out, it's the Women's Church Brigade.
Stop. Good morning, Mrs. Cartwright, Mrs. Roberts, Mrs. Leslie. Can we help you?
Yes, we're here to take a look at your woolens. We're starting to fill the Women's Charitable Society warehouse with warm clothing and blankets for those in the most dire straits.
Step right over here. I'll show you what we have in stock.
Well, if it's not for the preacher, then who's it for?
It must be for the beautiful women of the First Congregational Church's Charitable Women's Society.
Oh, Mr. Martin, you flatterer.
Ah, that's all Boris. All flattery and full of fluff.
Would you take a look at this? That is quite the display. I don't think that I've seen anything so thoughtful here in the mercantile.
Leonard, is this Jenny Lynn's Bible?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Jenny Lynn? What's this about Jenny Lynn? This could eat up the store. Leonard, what is all this about? It looks like a shrine. Is this for Jenny Lynn?
No, Eleanor. It's not for Jenny Lynn. I received news today that a very important guest is going to be visiting me here in my mercantile, and I just wanted things to look right. Sarah, Edie, get back to work, please.
Please. Please? Did I just hear Leonard say please? Oh, this must be a special guest.
I demand to know what's going on around here. My daughter's Bible. That tablecloth that I made for her hope chest. And the brass candle holder brought over from Germany by my grandmother. I must insist this to be—
No! I must insist you all leave now. There's been enough talk here today. Now go! I have a business to run.
And an important guest to entertain.
Unless you're purchasing something.
You know, we did come by to see if you would donate some of your woolens.
Mrs. Cartwright, why don't we head over to Boris's butchery and see what Mr. Morton might have for the soup pot tonight? He is always so generous with his meat scraps.
Ah, yes, Mr. Morton. Would you happen to have a scrap of meat or a nice soup bone you'd be willing to donate to such a well-meaning cause?
Come with me, ladies. I have a lovely cut of meat to donate to the Women's Charitable Society for such a worthy cause.
Oh, generous of you, Mr. Morton. And I won't everyone be a bit surprised when they find a bit of meat in their soup tonight.
Whatever I can do for the cause. And please, call me Boris.
Oh, Boris. You must call me Eleanor. And I do hope you will take me up on my offer to sit at my table at the Vein of Blessing dinner.
Why, widow? Why, Eleanor? I would be honored.
Ah, I need to get back to my shop. But I will be back. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Act yourself! All of you, go!
Leonard, would you please tell me you're expecting a visit? This is the first time in 10 years I've seen these scenes of Jenny's. Who's coming?
Lois, you wouldn't even believe me if I told you.
Go on.
Well, this morning, after you and those goons left, I cried out and I asked for a sign. A sign to give me a reason to go on.
Go on, Leonard. Go on.
Well, I had a vision. A holy vision. I was told that God would be sending a visitor here today. I think it could be God himself.
God? You had a vision, and you think a holy visitor is being sent to visit with you?
I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. A visitor is coming today. It's my sign.
Leonard, you're lonely, and you've been under some stress. You must have fallen asleep. And...
No! Did not fall asleep, and I'm not under stress. A visitor is coming today. Now go. I have much to prepare still.
But Leonard, think about what you're saying. A holy visitor sent from God is coming in the flesh to your mercantile? This is irrational thinking. Let me make some tea. We'll talk through this.
I know what I'm saying, and I'm saying go. I don't even have to think about it. Just go. Girls, you can come out now. Guessing you heard everything?
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Doesn't matter if you heard or not. Let's get this place cleaned up. We're still open for business.
Did he really say God was coming to visit him here in the mercantile?
That's what it sounded like he said, but I don't think he meant God was visiting. That'd be crazy. I think he said God was sending an important visitor.
Oh, that makes all the difference. Sarah, that's crazy. A vision? A special visitor? A sign from God? You might as well say the Wizard of Oz is visiting Clayton County. I mean, I always knew he was a little off, but an angelic being showing up in the flesh? He's a lunatic.
I don't think Mr. Happy's crazy. My parents were good friends with the Happys before Mrs. Hadley and baby died. They say he was a different man when his wife was living. He was kind and easygoing. People would come to the mercantile just to shoot the breeze with Mr. Hadley. And everyone loved Jenny Lynn. My mom says she was full of life, always in the store with hot coffee and fresh cookies for anyone to stop by. But when she died, they say Mr. Hadley clung to little Missy and tried to raise her without any help. Then Missy died, and Mr. Hadley kind of died with her. He pushed everyone away. His family, Mrs. Wesley, his friends. I feel sorry for him. I think he's lonely and stressed, like his sister said.
I don't know, Sarah. I'm sticking with crazy.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? Can't have you just sitting out here underneath my awning. I have customers and an important guest coming. Move along before I have to call the police.
I'm sorry, sir. I just stopped under your awning for a moment or two.
Yes, well look at this sign. This is a business. No credit, no charity, no begging. What's wrong with you, man? On your feet!
Oh, he's so dirty and smelly. Should we toss him out?
Sarah, go to the back and get the cot. Set it up next to the fire.
Should I call the police?
Edie, help me get him inside.
I can go and get my boyfriend, Ed. He and his buddies would be glad to throw this bum out under the tracks with the other hobos.
No, not yet. Just let him stay here and warm up.
But he's stinking up the place.
Well, then warm up some water. When he wakes up, he can wash.
But what about your important guest? Surely you wouldn't be impressed with some bum lying in your store stinking up the place.
Edie, why don't you go home for the day? Sarah and I can cover it from here.
You're sending me home? But I can't afford to take a day off.
I won't deduct your pay. Just go.
This isn't fair.
Is there anything I can do to help, Mr. Hadley?
Go to the back and find him a blanket. The one I use is on the shelf next to the fabric bolts.
This man never gives a helping hand to anyone, including his employees. And now he decides to toss me out over some bum? He'll regret this decision.
Don't do anything foolish.
Son, wake up. Son, you okay?
I'm so cold. Laddie?
Has he spoken?
He muttered a woman's name.
Leonard! What is all this nonsense about a vision and a holy visitor of all places, of all people?
Leonard, God doesn't send visitors to people anymore, at least not in the human form. And even if he did, you have not been to church in years. Why would he send a visitor to you and to a mercantile? It wouldn't happen.
He hasn't been to church in years, he hasn't been kind in years. And I'm sure any conversing that those two have had has been Leonard cursing God and all things holy.
Eleanor, those are very harsh words. Leonard has been through so much these past 10 years.
And I haven't. Jenny Lynn was my daughter, and Missy was my granddaughter.
Stop! Lois, would you like to explain to me how Eleanor and Miss Cartwright know about my vision? You're the only one I told.
I was very concerned about you. So I went to talk to Pastor Cartwright, and, well, before I talked with him, I guess I shared this with the ladies. I was hoping they'd help me figure out what to do for you. I didn't expect them to rush in here and accuse you of being crazy or cursing God.
Lois, Eleanor's right. I have spent the last 10 years cursing God, cursing him for taking everything I love. I don't know why he would want to visit me. I don't deserve it.
You know, if God were sending a visitor to Clayton, Missouri, the first stop would be to see my husband, Pastor Cartwright. He is a righteous, God-fearing man. But that just wouldn't happen, for goodness sakes.
I know what I saw, and I know what I heard in my vision. I don't know why here or why me, but a visitor is coming today. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have soup to make for my guest.
Soup, for goodness sake. This is rich, just rich.
You know, you should donate that soup to the dinner tonight. It would do much better there than here.
Ladies, we really should be on our way. Time is getting away from us.
Lois. I'm tired of you protecting your brother. All these years you have protected him from hearing the truth. He's a bitter, angry man and he takes it out on anyone who enters his store. And I think this has gone on long enough. If he continues to act like a madman, I will insist on having Jenny Lynn's things given to me. It is my right.
You know, I think Eleanor might be right. Your brother has slipped into a state of disillusionment. To think that he's going to have a vision and a visitor, that's just not right thinking. I think we might have to get Reverend Cartwright involved. Imagine his state of mind if a visitor doesn't show up.
That's what I'm worried about. No one is showing up. What will he do when he realizes he was mistaken?
Mistaken? You mean slipped into insanity? Something needs to be done, and done immediately.
Now what's going on? This rate, I'll never be ready for my guests. Sarah,
Yes, Mr. Hadley?
will you go out and see what's going on?
It looks like old Mr. Mosley. He must have been in the moonshine again.
Poor Tom.
Poor Tom.
Yes, Mr. Mosley. You know, he wasn't always considered the town drunk. In fact, when I was a kid, Tom Mosley was about the richest man in town. Yeah, bet that surprises you. I bought this place from him, in fact, back in 1918, right after I got back from the Great War. He owned half of Clayton. He was a great man.
Did he lose it all on Black Tuesday?
Yes. He lost it all. First the banks closed and people who owed him rent just couldn't pay. He owned half the mortgages of the businesses here on Main Street. And then the banks called in the notes and he lost it all. Anything else he had of value, he ended up selling for the drink. He lost his family, his friends, and his reputation. I guess I can relate to old Tom Mosley.
But you survived the crash. How?
Fortunate, I guess. Paid this place off just days before the crash. I never had much interest in the stocks. I was one of the fortunate businessmen that survived.
He's fallen into the trash cans, and it doesn't look like he's gonna get back up.
Excuse me. Come on, Tom. Doing all right?
I don't know. Is that you, Leonard?
Yeah, come on. Inside.
Oh, man. Boy, I don't know, Leonard. There's not very many people that would invite me in today. Thank you. Oh, man. It's cold out there. This guy got myself chilled to the bone. Oh.
No, you just sit there and warm up, have some coffee.
coffee? Wait, I don't mind if I do. I'm just gonna put a little flavor in it. I don't like this stuff, Leonard. I don't like what it's done to me. Can't get a job. I just got no place to go. Go where? I haven't foreclosed on my friends, people I knew. Then I lost it all. Gone. Martha's gone. She left me. Children. They don't even speak to me. No one hired me. They look at me like I'm the devil. And I'm to blame for their plight. So I drink. If I drink enough, somebody will call Sheriff Tate. He'll lock me up for it. It's a bed and a meal.
Have some soup.
You collecting bombs?
Found him this morning underneath my awning. When I went out to get him, he collapsed in my arms.
Has he got a name?
Laddie, is that you?
Here, let me help you.
Where am I?
You're in Clayton County Mercantile in Clayton, Missouri. I'm Sarah, this is Mr. Hadley and Mr. Mosley.
Welcome, fellow bum.
I am no bum. Or a beggar. Trying to find work. There's just no work to be had.
Yes, well, sit down and have some soup.
I said I'm no beggar. I'll pay for my soup.
With what? Your pride?
I have a watch I can sell. Sold it last week. How about my boots?
Your boots. Don't be ridiculous, boy. Look at those boots. They're full of holes.
Now, wait a second, Tom. I can sell those. All right, I'll take those for a cup of soup.
Leonard, just when I thought you had a heart. What are you going to take from me? My coat?
I'll start with your flask.
What?
Where is he? Where's this heavenly being?
Not now, Hans.
Well, look what we have here. Hello, Mosley.
Hans?
I see you're having lunch with the angel. Get here. Hans, how did you hear? Who told you about this?
Oh, Hans been in the moonshine.
Well, stop by. She's been going up and down Main Street, telling everyone about your holy visitor today. She must have really upset her for her to tell a whopper like this.
Yeah, I did upset her. But Hans, we've always been friends.
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, always been honest with you.
Brutally.
You've always been able to trust me.
Heck, this is true. I have always trusted you.
All right. Well, here it is. This morning after you all left, I had a vision. I was told that a very important visitor was coming to see me today. I think it could be God himself.
Leonard, are you off your rocker? This is lunatic talk. Snap out of it. Ah, this is all making sense. You invite Mosley in. You have a few shots of liquid lightning, and then boom! Like a bolt of electricity. You have a vision.
Hans, I have not been drinking. I'm a sober man. God is coming today.
God is not coming today. There'll be no heavenly visitor. In fact, you already have guests, a bum and a drunk. Why would your visitor sit next to that? Hark!
Hans, can you fix these?
Yeah. You know I can fix these. I'll have them to you tonight, after closing.
Thanks, Hans.
But Leonard, give up this nonsense. Everyone will start shopping in Goopsville if you keep this up. They'll think you've gone mad.
Sarah. Go to the back and get the thermos. Fill it with some hot coffee. And then take the 2 pounds of crackers and that wheel of cheese and wrap those two up together.
Yes, sir.
See, you ate all the soup. All the soup.
Best soup I've had in years.
That was a mighty fine lunch. Thank you, sir.
Maybe you should rest a while longer.
I said I'm no beggar. I don't want your customers thinking I bumped the meal and bed off.
No, boy, that ride just might kill you.
All right, well, take the cot and the blanket to the back room. And after you wake up, fold the blanket, do the dishes. Sarah could use the help, and that would make us even.
Well, only if you let me work.
Stubborn boy. I don't know how he's gonna make it. Well, I think I better get on down the road. I don't want to be the cause of you not having any customers, okay? So, kindly return my flask.
I think I'm going to be keeping this flask. As payment for my soup.
The soup wasn't that good.
You know, Tom, I'm expecting a shipment up from New Orleans soon.
Yeah, I'm aware of the shipping schedule. You know, I did own one of those steamers.
Well, good. Then you know one's due in tomorrow. I could use some help with the unloading and the unpacking. It'll take a week or two. And then there's the orders and the delivery to the railroad station.
You offering me a job?
Take this over to the First Congregational Church. Then head over to the Hooverville. And let them know there'll be soup served tonight at the Baby Blessing dinner. After the dinner, you can come back here and have the cot in the back room to rest.
I don't know what to say. Good job. Somebody trust me.
Your new flask. Get to the church. And don't let him know it's for me.
Oh, Mr. Hadley, what you've done to Mr. Mullen, that is about the kindest thing. Most people just turn their eye away. They don't want you to remind them of all that's been lost.
Yes. Well, let's get this place cleaned up. I'm still expecting my guests.
May I help you?
I was wondering what the cost of canned milk might be for the baby.
Would you like the condensed or the fortified?
Fortified, I reckon.
That'll be 19 cents.
19 cents? I thought milk was around a nickel.
The condensed milk is less expensive at 12 cents, but the baby should have the fortified, and in this weather it should be heated.
I just don't have the 19 cents. I thought it was a nickel.
Milk prices have gone up substantially with the dust storms and all. Most of the milk cows have dried up and put down for lack of feed.
Well, let me see.
Good evening, miss. Have you been helped? My goodness, you're cold. Here, come sit over by the fire. Where's your coat at?
This is all I have, sir.
All right, well, just warm up. Sarah, will you please put more wood on the fire? Baby. This little one's near frozen.
I am a good mama. I am. It's just...
There. It's fine.
Yes, well, just sit there. Sarah, would you get a cup for... I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Gladys. My name is Gladys.
It's nice to meet you, Gladys. Now, you tell me why you're out on such a cold day.
My husband and I, we've been traveling from back east to the west, hoping to find work. There's none to be had in the cities. My husband put me up in a small apartment over in Coopville, just after I discovered I was, well, with Missy and all.
This is Missy.
Yes, sir, and she's just the sweetest little baby. But I'm starting to get worried. She hasn't hardly made a sound all day. And I just know she must be hungry.
Sarah, will you make a bottle up for the baby? Use the fortified milk.
Oh, no, sir. I can't afford the fortified, and I'm not a beggar.
Good. Beggars aren't allowed in my store. Sarah, the bottle. Now, you finish telling me your story.
Well, Missy's daddy, he goes off to find work. But there's nothing in Coopville, so he jumps the train and promises to send for me and the baby just as soon as he finds a job. A month goes by, and I get a little money, just enough to stay in the apartment. Then Missy comes, and a little money turns in. It seemed Dad could find an odd job here and there, but no steady work. It goes on like this for a few months. Never enough to cover the bills and food, so I don't eat much. Then I can't feed the baby. The landlord says I can't stay anymore and kicks me and Missy out to the street. I didn't know what to do,
can't go out dressed in that thin coat. The baby would freeze before you made it to the Hooverville.
Sir, I have no choice. I need to find Andy.
Sarah, take the baby. Might have just the thing.
She's a beautiful baby. Mr. Hadley's baby was nameless.
Was named Missy?
She died of pneumonia some time ago. Her mama died too.
Does Mr. Hadley have any family at all?
He has a sister, but none of his own.
Oh my, that is sad.
Where's Mr. Hadley? Who's this? Mr. Hadley hired her to replace me?
No, Edie, she's a guest.
A guest. Oh, so this must be the heavenly being. He came as a peasant girl dressed in rags.
What is she talking about?
Oh, never mind. But let me tell you, Mr. Hadley is a stingy, crazy old man. Do not trust him. He will take what you have and then turn his back on you and kick you out of here as soon as he has a chance. Do not trust him.
Edie, why are you here?
I came for my paycheck because I quit. Shh.
You'll wake the baby.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Hadley that I'll be back at closing, and he better have my paycheck ready, or else I'll send Eddie back with his boys, and then he'll wish an army of angels would have shown up. When I get done telling everyone this crazy tale, no one will want to shop at a store owned by crazy old man Hadley again.
Sarah, wrap the baby in this. Gladys, I want you to try this on.
This coat is beautiful.
Turn around, let me take a look at you. Just like my Jenny.
These are your wife's things? I can't accept it.
What do you know about my wife?
Only that she died some time ago. And your baby, too.
Yes, well, if you knew more about my wife, you would know she was about the kindest person. I used to tease her. I'd say, Jenny Lynn, you keep giving away our groceries to everyone who's in need. We'll be the ones looking for a handout. You'd have never forgiven me if I let you leave in those rags. Think of them as a gift from my Jenny.
But I can't pay for them, and I'm not a
Beggar, yes, I know. Maybe I'll just keep this bundle of items. There's gotta be something in here I can sell.
Well, okay, but it's mostly soiled diapers. I haven't had time to launder them.
Yes, well, I actually have a shortage of diapers right now. We'll get those things cleaned up and out on the shelves. You'll take a couple clean ones with you. I think that's a fair trade.
Well, if you think.
Sarah, make Gladys up a bag of necessities, please. As a matter of fact, Gladys, I've been meaning to get down to the Hooverville myself. Thought it would be a good place to find some workers. If you don't mind me tagging along, I'll go and get my coat. You just stay right here. I'll be right back.
Gladys? Gladys, where are you? Gladys?
I was afraid this would happen. She's left.
Shh. she left without the diapers and milk. Do you think she'll be safe? Do you think she'll be okay? What about the baby?
I don't know. Hooverville can be a very dangerous place, especially for a young girl all alone. And if Missy doesn't get her, I'll go out and look for her. You stay here till I get back?
Ah, there he is, the prodigal son. Still waiting for the father to show up?
Not now, Boris.
Well, let the man have his fun, Leonard.
Ah, these boots were will be a disaster, but the hands of an artist like myself. Behold, a masterpiece. That will be 4 bits, please.
Huh, 4 bits? That is highway robbery.
Okay, that's fine.
What's going into him? I anticipate our negotiations to be loud and long.
Well, highway robbers as yourself generally don't negotiate at all.
Good evening, Leonard. Boris, Hans. Look who I brought with me.
Ah, another prodigal.
'Tis true, Boris. 'Tis very true.
You know, Mr. Mosley showed up at the Bane and Blessing dinner this evening with a large bundle of cheese and crackers. But he doesn't remember where he acquired such a generous donation. Would that have been from you?
Miss Cartwright, I really don't have time for this conversation, or time for any of you. I really need to
Make more coffee. This pot has been empty all day. What were you going to serve your special guest? Can't help.
Ah, the lovely Edie, the bearer of doll tales. Weave us together another of your stories of visitors from afar.
I'm not here to tell stories. I'm here for my paycheck because I'm sure you have heard, Mr. Hadley. I quit.
You quit? Why would you go and do a thing like that? You are one of the fortunate few to have work.
Well, I'm not about to work for a lunatic. Haven't you heard of his crazy vision?
Well, yes,
But nothing, Mr. Hadley. Check.
Edie, let's not be rash. I don't have your paycheck written, and I really need
Leonard! I found this tramp walking down the street wearing my daughter's coat and gloves. She says they were given to her.
They were! I'm no thief! Tell them, Mr. Hadley! Tell them how I traded my bundle for the coat and blanket!
And that blanket. Jenny Lynn made that baby blanket with her own hands. You give Jenny's coat and Missy's baby blanket to this dirty waif? Have you no heart? You won't even give me Jenny's Bible or the family candle holder. I suppose you give them to this bum. Have you lost your mind? And do you think God had anything to do with you?
You're right, Eleanor. It's obvious God wants nothing to do with me.
He's a lunatic.
You are egging him on. He just needs the day off. No, we are being friendly to him. You
What
are
is all
just
the
being...
practice going on out here? Quiet down, everyone.
Another thief! That was Jenny's quilt!
Ah, that's no thief. Is this the beggar from earlier?
I am no thief, and I'm no beggar.
Oh, Andy! Andy, is that you?
What?
Oh, Andy, I've been searching for you. I thought you were lost from us for good.
How did you get here?
I walked here from Coopville.
And where's the baby? You have our baby.
Here she is. This is our little Missy.
Missy? Little Missy?
This morning, you let this sick young man into your shop and give him food to eat and a bed to sleep on?
Mr. Mosley stumbles by and you offer him some soup and a job.
You sent food to the Bane and Blessing dinner.
I do not fix these boots for you. I fix these boots for the young man.
And you give Jenny's coat and baby blanket to this Poor frightened girl.
And to reunite here at your store. Just like the movies.
Yes, but what does it all matter? My visitor didn't come. Even with a warning and a vision that he would, I couldn't get it right. Look at this place. It's a mess. There's no coffee to serve. The fire's out. You all are right. Just a crazy, delusional old man.
Oh, don't you see, Mr. Hadley? What you've done here today is far better than a visit of a celestial being. You fed the hungry, gave hope to the lonely, clothed the cold, and helped the weak.
Yeah.
Not yeah.
Tis very good.
Oh, this is very, very good. I must get home to Pastor Cartwright. Walk with me, Boris. There has been a miracle right here in the mercantile.
Oh, Leonard. Jenny Lynn would be ashamed of our behavior over the years. Tonight you honor her memory by giving so generously to those in need. Will you forgive me, Leonard?
Of course, Eleanor.
Oh, Leonard! I'm so happy to have my brother back.
You can call me Leo.
Oh.
Young man, I believe these belong to you.
I can't accept these.
What? To take this blessing away from Leonard? That is just sinful. Sit down. Put these boots on. You have a family to look after, and you must gain your strength to take care of them.
Oh, you two must come and stay with me. Yes, we must get busy a warm crib. And when was the last time either of you had a good night's sleep? Oh, this is just going to be wonderful. I'm so delighted. I can't. Hey, here, can you hold this young man? Thank you very much. Yeah. You're coming with me. I'll pick up my paycheck after work tomorrow. That's the regular time. Come on, Sarah. We better be getting home if we're going to work tomorrow.
But I thought you quit.
Quit this job? Are you kidding? Where else would I find such a generous and forgiving boss?
Now, ladies, I will walk with you. Oh, and Leonard, I expect to have coffee tomorrow, and it better be on at 8.
I'm not exactly sure what happened here today. Well, I don't know. I, for one, might believe that the Lord himself was here. I mean, me. Fullest of the law. Drunk. Being treated with kindness and respect. I have a job to look forward to. Never thought that would happen. I figured you'd given up on me just like I'd given up on you, Lord. Figured I'd die, lonely, drunken wretch of a man. Oh, Leonard, your kindness today is it's given me hope. Hope for a future. I think I'm going to head on back, get that cot made up, and get rested up for tomorrow. Big shit.
I really thought you were going to send someone today. Thought we would sit and talk face to face. Even if a visitor was here today, I would have missed him. All the commotion, I wasn't ready for a visit. But what's that?
An important visitor was here today.
I didn't see anybody important. I failed.
He was hungry, and you gave him food. He was a stranger, and you took him in. He was rejected, and you showed him favor. He was hopeless, and you gave him hope.
All I saw was a tired, hungry young man. An old man that no one respects anymore. A lost and cold girl.
When you do for the least of these, you are doing for the greatest. Well done, my son. Well done.